Hello, my name's Oscar Jaramillo. Today I will speak about two short stories by Nathaniel Hawthorne. The two short stories are John Goodman Brown and The Birthmark. These stories come from a brilliant American novelist and short story writer. Nathaniel Hawthorne is a very well known author who is most recognized for The Scarlet Letter. His works of literature are often associated with his hometown and family. He critiques his past family members throughout his life. Nathaniel Hawthorne family was related to the Salem witch trials. The Salem witch trials was a tragic event but influenced many of his writings. Hawthorne's writings capture a society marked by and punished for past sins. His works belong to a type of style called dark romanticism. Both Young Gunman and The Birthmark have an element of dark romanticism. In the short story called John Goodman Brown, Nathaniel Hawthorne tells the story of Goodman Brown, who is a deeply religious Puritan. Goodman Brown has a wife named Faith who is deeply in love. Goodman Brown has to go on a journey without Faith and must travel a far distance. On his journey, he comes by a strange man and soon comes to find out that he is talking to the devil. Goodman Brown is not tempted by the devil and comes to find out that many of his members of his community participate in the devil's ritual. He's discouraged and does not want to continue to follow him. He soon hears a woman scream and comes to find out it was his wife taking part in the devil's ritual. He was disappointed and lost faith in all good. The devil asked Faith to join him, and Goodman told her to resist the devil. He suddenly found himself at his home, and he didn't know if it was just a dream. He had lost all hope in humanity afterwards and didn't want anyone in his community. In this short story, we see that Nathaniel Hawthorne explores the dark side of nature. It is clear throughout the story that witchcraft takes place. This is referencing the Salem witchcraft. The story emphasizes a dark truth about men that inherit evil. The protagonist is deeply Puritan, and we can infer that the community which he belongs is also religious. It shows the hypocrisy of the members of the Puritan culture. It also emphasizes that not all individuals are good and are not to be trusted. Goodman Brown is very symbolic and shows the true nature of evil. Once he saw evil, he could not unsee it. This story represents the loss of innocence. In the story, we see that Faith had a pink ribbon at the beginning of the story and lost it at the end, which signifies her innocence is gone. This story also seems to attack Puritans, which was very common throughout his Hawthorne stories. John Goodman Brown displays numerous symbols, as many of them are connected to Hawthorne's favorite places of solitude and inspiration. The second short story, called The Birthmark, is about a man who goes by the name of Elmer, who is a devoted scientist. He meets a woman named Georgina, who he falls in love. Although Georgina is almost perfect, she had a birthmark on her face. This birthmark really bothered Elmer, and he tried his best to his ability to remove it. In his attempt to remove it, he created a potion that he gave to Georgina. This potion seemed to be working, but later it ended up killing her. This short story emphasizes that human nature cannot be changed. It deals with the concept of playing God. It also indicates that during this time period, women who had to be perfect and any flaws would be unattractive. The birthmark that Georgina had symbolizes human flaws. We learned that without any flaws, humans would not exist. This story also shows that being obsessed with something can lead to the death of someone. For example, Elmer was obsessed with removing the birthmark, which led to the death of Georgina. The closing lines of Hawthorne's story argues for the proper acknowledgement of human morality and earthliness. In conclusion, both stories are related to this course. They emphasize the Puritan culture in women during this time period. The story called John Goodman Brown obviously refers to the Salem witch trials. It is clear that Nathaniel Hawthorne had a clear attention in both of his short stories. Nathaniel Hawthorne is truly crafted two wonderful pieces of literature. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please comment on the discussion board.